Got us
Hey,
in there.
do y'all see this foolishness that Troy done put up on the screen?
That's what I was laughing at.
What the hell?
It makes no sense. The
What
views
is that?
expressed on the Gathering of Old Men podcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Fat Mouth Sports. So what do we reflect?
Well, if the majority feels a certain way, you can't censor the people.
Right.
We got personal rights.
The corporate entity, Fat Mouth Sports, is different than the entity of the Gathering of Old Men podcast. I need to make sure we are clear on that.
Oh,
They try to make the game, but you can't fake influence.
Tomato and tomato.
So first, Sonic Boom, you right. Give me a second. We'll address some of that in the streets. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming on to the Madness Basketball Podcast. We are late because I saw an On3 sports post about Tanai Latson, and it was going to be Crash Out Tuesday. You could have got your tacos and your popcorn ready. It was going to go down.
Tacos was on deck. Only thing I'm missing is a margarita.
But as you said, tacos gonna be y'all. It was gonna be done regardless.
But I'm a reasonable man, and I kept reading the thread, and it was April Fool's, so I'm okay. But it was finna be smoked in a few cities.
You was gonna do shit.
If you see,
calling your bluff.
I'm calling it. What you was gonna do, Troy? You ain't pulling up.
I can't pull up on the new coach. I think the football coach they'd have been okay with me pulling up on him. The new coach, he ain't did nothing yet. They ain't gonna let me pull up on the new coach. But that being said,
up on you.
So on Thursday, Alabama A&M is going to announce their new basketball coach. There were rumors about who this coach may have been a few weeks ago, but all the people that I know and respect, you know what? Let me focus because I'm looking at Sonic Boom and I gotta focus. So all the people that I love and respect from Alabama A&M have not posted any type of anything, and that makes me both excited and a little nervous. So on Thursday, we'll see who Alabama A&M's new coach is going to be, and I think it'll be kind of exciting. That being said, let's take a moment to give Alabama A&M women's coach a moment of silence, because I think she deserves a moment of silence. Good Lord. All right. I say that all the time, Sonny Boom, all the time. But if we do that, the whole podcast will go to absolute crap, and we got a bunch of stuff we got to get to. Are we going to talk about Olivia? Go ahead.
I've been saying you did that. You smoking crack.
Yeah. So Olivia, what's the young lady's name? Olivia.
Delancey.
Delancey.
Olivia Miles.
I'm sorry. Olivia Miles, top 5 pick in the WNBA draft, is going to enter the transfer portal, and she's not going to enter the WNBA draft, which I completely understand.
Interesting.
Said that bag ain't big enough.
I mean, it's different for the women, but even it's different for the women. Like
it's the long game.
the money not there, and I honestly think she really won the championship.
So you mean tell me she's not gonna get it at Notre Dame? When they like a top 25 team this year?
But
they've had a top 25. They've had a top 25 team in the last 4 years.
Right.
I like Neil Ivy as a coach, but something is missing. I don't know if it's maybe on the assistant coach side, but something is missing. She can't get them over the hump.
I mean, but you still you going into a tournament where it's top heavy with South Carolina, LSU. You know, you can put Tennessee up in there. You got Texas done came back to life. What's some other schools? You got, of course, UConn. I mean, you got a lot of teams. I mean, it's top, like it's literally top heavy.
Yeah.
It is. So
all I know is everybody can't go to South Carolina, so I hope she. Honestly, what will make me happy is if she went to Ole Miss with Coach Yo. I think that would be fire. But that ain't gonna happen.
Does South Carolina have the money to pay these young women?
Shit, they got Don Staley.
I don't even think they there for the money. They there just to be there.
They just to be there.
They there just to be there. I think Don Staley has only had 2 people to transfer out of her program: Sanaya Rivers, and I can't think of that other girl name. That's it. You got McDonald's All Americans pretty much saying they good with coming out the bench as long as they get to go to South Carolina.
That's crazy.
They got to be getting money somewhere.
I mean, they got money. They got SEC money. They got TV.
Yeah.
They got TV money. So yeah, they got money. But to me, like you said, but go ahead.
No, like when you compare it to like some of the other schools, right? Like Florida State, who clearly don't put money into the women's basketball program. South Carolina is clearly putting money into their women's basketball program, and they're being televised, and they're learning the game. You know, they're getting prepared for the next level. So you got to look at it from this standpoint. What is your benefit of going to any particular school? Well, if you go to South Carolina, you're going to get paid, and you're going to get the tutelage that's going to help you succeed at the next level. So why would I leave that situation? Because there's nothing better. You can go get money somewhere else, but then you losing out on the tutelage. So
because I just said they have had I think Sanaya Rivers was number 2 in her class, and she loves South Carolina. If it don't fit, it don't fit.
I'm gonna just say
she probably just wanted to play. Had a hell of a career.
But I'm gonna tell you like this though. South Carolina wouldn't be where they at if they did not steal Dawn Staley from Temple. And she
Temple made it easy. Temple made it easy for them. So that's their fault.
Right.
Right. Did they steal her, or did Temple let her go? Let her walk out the door?
Was it they let her walk out the door?
Temple said, "You good," and we forget that they even got a ball team very often.
And she gets to South Carolina and she kicking everybody ass.
And been trash ever since.
Pretty much.
Good coaches. Good coaches don't just grow on trees.
No, they don't.
No.
She got serious too. She serious. I mean, you know, she been in the whole. You know, she been in the game for close to 40 years. I mean, she doing something right because she got 2 chips.
Yeah, between playing and coaching, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all I can tell you is that this is very interesting, considering that the WNBA is about to do their collective bargaining agreement. And shout out Shanae Abumake. I owe her an apology. I didn't know she was thick as she was. I owe her an apology.
Lord.
But
hey,
she
Troy.
said,
Troy. That's that Houston. That's that Houston woman right there. That's that Houston Nigerian woman right there.
It is a video of her.
Hey, I said it on this show 2 months ago that the WNBA was gonna lock out. I'm saying it again.
Yeah, because Shanae getting on national TV telling me
I'm saying it again.
It's not just about salaries. Well, this young lady at Notre Dame just told you it's about the salary. That is the number one thing. You don't select the. What do you think the number one? Okay, help me because I want them to get paid. But what are the other things that they want?
So, but you also got to understand that Shanae's sister is the president of the PA Association. So, think about it this way, right? When Arrival rolled out, their tagline was a league made for players by players, right? And if you've watched anything that they've said about that league, they talked about facilities and access. Facilities and access. You got a perennial power in the Connecticut Sun having to share a practice gym with a 2-year-old's birthday party. You got the Chicago Sky, another rising team that has to practice and shower at the Y with the old lady that just got out of spinning class. You got league old head, the LA Sparks that don't even have a practice facility at all. They've been skating by on come play in LA for 20 years and it's been working.
That's
access and facilities. What this next talk got gonna be about.
Yeah.
Hell, and Magic Johnson on the Sparks, and he don't want a championship with them. He don't want a World Series, 2 World Series, and they ain't putting no money in them teams yet.
No.
But at the same time, this is what I was saying like this. Like, to me, it's all about the ownerships too. Like, it's all about the ownership. Whoever your owner is, man, they got to be up on it. Like, yeah, Magic Johnson owns the LA Sparks, but he also is a minority owner of the Dodgers, and he ain't got to worry about that because the Dodgers take care of themselves. And he also got that team in DC on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's kind of crazy, but at the same time, you gotta have your owners gotta be all for it. Like
Didn't we just have this conversation about how cheap that man was with the Clippers? I probably just had this conversation about cheap ownership.
Oh yeah, because remember they said, I mean, it was
don't win championships.
What D Miles and Q said that they used to practice at a JUCO in LA. They had their training camp at a JUCO in LA, and they were playing at the LA Sports Arena before they even got to get to share the, you know, I'm gonna call it Staples. I am calling Crypto.com Staples Arena until they got their own. Like, it all, like you said, it all falls on ownership. Like, to me, with our team here in Dallas, the Wings, like, we play, like I said, they play at College Park Center in Arlington over at UTA, and the city of Dallas was like, look, we bring y'all back here to the city. We bring y'all downtown to the city. So they, like I said, they put the money. The city put the money up to renovate the convention center arena, so where they can go ahead. You know what I'm saying? They go and play. And two, you have. I mean, it's a great product. Y'all, they've been doing this shit for 20 something, with almost 30. It's about to be 30 years. It's about to be 30 years. And you had teams win multiple championships, but y'all still behind, way behind the 8 ball. That's the reason why most of these women, when the season's over with, fly overseas, go to Russia, go to Turkey, go to France, go, you know what I'm saying, and go play ball overseas, and they get paid more than what they would normally get paid with the WNBA. Also, if you look at it too, is looking at it on the standpoint of can like the health insurance, is it good? You know, you got a lot of women that don't fall on the other side. They probably married, got husbands and stuff like that, and they start a family. They have babies and stuff like that. Like the story about Cheryl Swoops when she had her son Jordan, like they down there trying to rush her back to, you know what I'm saying, the Comets trying to rush her back to play because they was on the precipice of achieving history. Cause like ain't nobody, winning 4 championships in a row like that.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is a pivotal year, and ESPN getting on. I'm sorry, the stars of ESPN hollering about, we don't want them locked out. Here's the thing. It's very easy for somebody who's making $100 million a year to say to somebody that's making $76,000 a year, don't lock out. They have a finite amount of time to maximize the money they can based on a skill that is term limited for a certain amount of time. Stephen A can be on ESPN till he's 78 years old. You can't play basketball as a 78-year-old. It's just not happening.
The last time the last time WNBA locked out, I think either the NBA or NHL locked out the same year.
I think at this point, the money that's being generated isn't being distributed. You know what I mean?
But but when you listen to players that actually play in the league, they tell you that. When Kelsey Plum was on, I think she was on the shot with LeBron. She told him that. She was like, the problem is the points. She said, I had the #1 selling jersey in Montego Bay, and I didn't get paid not 1 red cent off of it.
It's crazy when you can't get paid off your name.
Exactly. So think about that. In the age of name and likeness in the NFL, you have a whole professional league where players have the #1 selling jersey and they're not getting no points off of it. It's the revenue share is fucked because it isn't one. Facilities and protection is fucked because they don't have that. Like what I really need people to understand that we're watching with the WNBA is the birth of a league. I'm 34. I was a kid.
You was 4 years. You were 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old when the league started.
4 or 5 years old when this league started. So we are watching, right? It's easy for us to go, well, the NBA do this. Outside of hell, the NBA was already a mature league by the time Troy got here. But if you go back and look at year 25 in the NBA, I bet you that Michael Jordan didn't see nothing past $1 million until he was about done with basketball. On a contract from the Bulls.
Now,
he did not see anything past $1 million until he was damn near out of Chicago. We're watching a league develop. The problem is we're watching the league develop under the microscope of social media and dumbassery on the internet.
Yeah, so what the difference between the WNBA and the NBA is they'll tell you, for one thing, it's the product. You know what I'm saying? It's the product because players are the product. But at the same time, what has the NBA done to get themselves to this point where around this time, because we don't care about what
No,
happened.
the NBA had a evil conniving psychopath by the name of David Stern. That's what the NBA had.
But what I'm saying is, as far as when it comes to play, like we don't care about in the NBA, we don't care about nothing till Christmas, right? Because that first month is to me is really nothing to me.
Because the season
right. So from Christmas all the way until June, right? What has the league done? What is the best thing that the league does that the WNBA can actually copy it? You know what I'm saying? Copy and paste.
I think this year might have been a better start of what it could be because you actually saw excitement for you saw excitement for free agency, but a lot of it was centered around Unrivaled because so many people were playing together. You can't tell me Ray Howard didn't go to Brittany Griner and be like, man, you know you tired of damn females. You can't tell me that didn't happen. You can't tell me Enrique was like, hey, Carrington, you know you sick of being cold in Connecticut, man. Couldn't balance, right? So that was it. And a lot of times that was the difference between the women and men. Like the men, they friends. You know they friends. You can see it. They be at their kids' birthday parties. They be in each other's weddings. Mm-hmm. So when it's free agency and it's time for people to move around and time for guys to get the bag, you got your homeboy over here either helping you get to it or telling you, don't go over there. They on some bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So now you finally seeing that happen with the women's league. One, because of Unrivaled, and two, nobody had to go. Nobody necessarily had to go overseas and play. People went overseas to play because they either did not get into Unrivaled or Athletes Unlimited in Nashville. That's another thing. So we're watching it now again. Back to my previous point. We had never seen the league actually get into maturity before. We've never seen this.
So the question is, my question is, when did the NBA get mature? Because I would say when
like mid 60s.
I would say when Magic and Bird came into the league.
So that was the second part. So there was a part before that. So in the it was like after like 63, after 63, it started to get serious. Then the whole NBA ABA thing happened. That's when it got serious. But what gets lost is that the mid to late 70s, we had a drug epidemic going into the early 80s.
Yep, all y'all was on crack. Yep,
so
all y'all.
You had
man,
great players.
Let me stop.
Yeah, it was like it's I can name
crack was booming in the 80s.
It should be there are dudes that were so talented that I could bring up that like Sugar Ray in New York. He was so talented. He should be in the Hall of Fame. But he was on that shit. So it's like, dude, what can you do with him?
Hey, I know another dude. I know another athlete that was on that shit. He was on the Hall of Fame right now.
He played in Dallas.
That too. Him too.
What was it?
Michael.
Only thing
basketball.
I know that came to his own court here in a black mink coat in his apron. It is fucking 90 degrees.
I know, but the point I was making is, so the NBA had matured, but it also had to go through. It realized that it was at that inflection point.
So
it was also at that inflection point with TV. So TV.
So let me help you. I just got one thing to add on that. So we talk about the transition of sports going to mainstream and being like well watched and everything. You got to think about the time frame. In the 60s, we were in the height of the Cold War. The people needed a distraction. Sports started to become the distraction to take away from the events that's going on around the world, because we had fought through World War I, and what happened right after World War I? the implementation of income tax, which drove us straight into a Great Depression. You come out of that with the start of World War II, because a lot of people don't know, before World War II started, that's when football started to become very popular. But a lot of the guys that were playing football had to enlist and go fight in World War II. So it took a lot of that out. And during that time frame, the economy was in this recovery mode, and World War II was a great contributor to us getting out of the depression and getting back to a stable economy with the help of sports. So then you fast forward to the 60s, we had the moon race and Cold War and Vietnam War.
Yep.
So all of that was going on in the 60s. Basketball pretty much was what was used to like get people to not even think about it.
I think just sports period, like you said, sports period would
sports period.
Yeah.
And first Super Bowl, 1966.
Mm-hmm.
So
on TV.
On TV. The first televised major sporting event worldwide. Super Bowl, 1966.
I need to say something real quick. The fact that an NFL broadcast was intervened by The Sound of Music is crazy history.
I knew you gonna bring that shit
up. They were
crazy history. Imagine being in the fourth quarter and you got to read in the newspaper the next day who won because Julie Andrews had to be on TV. That is crazy history.
I bet you somebody grabbed that and be like, bitch, you don't get your ass off the damn TV. I'm trying to watch the damn Raiders win.
I don't know if it was sports bars back then, but I can just imagine the sports bar going crazy over that. But it'll always be one dude going, no. Julie Andrews kind of cute. Let it play. So you know how crazy that was. But we're gonna run a quick commercial. We'll be right. You know what? We'll be right back.
Got us.
Coach, introduce yourself to the fans.
Hello, my name is Coach Otis Hughley, head men's basketball coach at Alabama A&M University. Excited to be that.
So, early season non-conference games. What will you learn from your team in those early season contests?
Well, we'll learn at what pace they're growing and developing, and it will give us the accurate information that we need to utilize and build upon going forward.
Also, from a fan's perspective, during your home games, what can we do to help the team?
Televise, exposure. Really talk about it in advance and sell the product as it is, because it's a really, really good product. And student athletes that no matter who we play night in and night out, it's going to be a great night of basketball, good family night. It'll be exciting. You'll want to come back. You'll want to tell someone else to come back with you.
Now, because I'm new to the SWAC, a lot of Alabama A&M fans are telling me I need to come to the game to experience the game.
That's right.
Last season, I missed out, and everybody let me know. This season, we'll make sure we get up there and come see y'all play. Thank you again for stopping.
Oh man. Again, won't get a chance to interview him again, but
he decided the game has passed him by.
I guess we'll go with that version of events. But that being said, so talk about coaching changes. Maryland has had a coaching change, and I need to understand some stuff, right? Buzz Williams coached a few different places. I think he's on number 4, Power 4.
Yeah, when he was at, I think he was at Marquette. Tennessee, Texas A&M, and it's Maryland now, right? So it's 4.
You Troy.
You mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
good enough.
Okay, all right, my bad. So, we've had his record is 373 and 288 as a college head coach, which includes 1 year at New Orleans. That was the other place. None of those are a Sweet 16 or an Elite 8 visit. Yet he's at Maryland. And I think the reason that he's at Maryland is because Nate Oates was the other coach that was associated with this job. I don't think Nate Oates liked the fact that the last coach was saying that the school was diverting funds, I hate that term, away from basketball and putting it into football.
Oh, they definitely were.
Mm-hmm.
They probably still are. Ain't no way in hell.
But I guess it's the fact that the coach came out and said it, or the basketball coach came out and said it.
Yeah.
He kind of
but think about it. If every time I look up, my home games are sold out at 90% capacity, and I say, hey, I need a shooting machine and a couple items for the ball team, and you go, you don't have the money. What you mean I don't have the money? What? And then you see football team roll up, got a brand new whirlpool. They just redid they locker room. Hold on, Paul. So you spending all my money on the football team that had won the games ever. Oh no.
Don't worry about why Pastor got a nice house. I say yeah.
Exactly. That's
don't
exactly
worry
what that is.
Why Pastor drive a nice car. I say don't ask. I say don't ask. Don't ask.
Hey, we about to pull we about to pull a Marvin Sapp.
Hello.
Just close the door and give the money.
Close the door.
Close the door and give the money. That's all I want to hear. Close I want to hear doors locking and wallets being pulled out. Credit card, cash, it don't matter. We gotta. Hey, look. We do digital too.
Foldable kind.
Well, I know when money went really digital, churches start profiting.
Listen, my mom used to tell me about this radio pastor named Reverend Ike. And somebody sent Reverend Ike $5. Reverend Ike was on the show for 30 minutes trying to figure out why this lady took time out her day to buy a stamp to send him $5. He said she could at least send him $100. So, what these programs do?
That nigga was broke. Could have sent me $100.
Hey, what the little thing say? Jalen broke.
What these programs need to start doing? Just what these programs.
Damn, Troy, you in the transfer portal.
Doing. Is we know. I think
he must be talking shit about Bethune because his shit lagging.
Right. He said something bad about the Buccaneers.
He was saying something bad about the Bucks, Bethune, or Jackson State. What of them? Because then he started lagging. It never fails. Karma.
No,
you can't escape it.
What I was gonna say is that on the fourth quarter, we just need to stop play for a minute, pass around a collection plate every game, and keep passing it around. Game ain't gonna start till $1,000 hit the collection plate and keep it moving. That's where we headed. Because I mean, and what's ridiculous is this is a Big Ten school. They got $50 million. I looked up of the SEC schools that are paying NIL, the only school that isn't paying NIL or doing revenue sharing, believe it or not, is Vanderbilt.
That makes sense.
That makes sense though. But we also said on this show that Vanderbilt is really there for the academics in baseball.
Unless your name, unless you Josh Sam Senior, he hates Vanderbilt.
They like, and honestly, it's not. You can even throw the Bull Gators in Gainesville there because you can't deny the academics. But Vanderbilt is there for academics.
Y'all going? It's April Fools, and I gotta say something about them people. The IBIS people are the third leading NIL distributor in the SEC.
I know, ain't nobody fucking surprised.
It better not be.
And they can't win an SEC title in football.
They also had. Hold up, wait, time out. You want to go down this road this early?
Man, he going down a whole rabbit hole.
At least they had a reason for getting their teeth kicked in last season. What was Florida State's?
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Damn. Oh, no.
You just start shooting.
The rabbit hole. We here now.
Hey, you need to add some gunshots like Scott and them dumbass bombs.
Right.
I mean, we here already. Like, we just, you know what?
The disrespect segment.
It's the for me.
Right.
You in trouble now. You going to jail now.
Okay, so I freely admit we have. You know what? I'm not going to freely admit. I'm just going to say the statement. As we were talking about how Miss Latson was in the portal, somebody decided it was a good idea to get on Twitter and flex. We spend $250 million on football in NIL.
Meanwhile, you let your All-American walk away.
Right. Right.
That's what we're doing?
That's not what we need to. That's not a flex.
You let your All-American walk away.
That's not a flex.
And I guarantee you, again, with Florida State, they have a ranked softball team. They have a ranked soccer team. They get nothing. Didn't the soccer team win the championship?
Which is so crazy.
Women's soccer team won a national championship 2 years ago. The softball team went to the World Series last year. We lost to Oklahoma. But you know what? It's a new year. And based on what Oklahoma's softball coach said, we want Oklahoma. All the sport. Yep.
Oklahoma just lost to Missouri too, so go right at them. I believe in you.
Jeez.
Yep. Now I don't know what that school in LA is doing, because it's usually them two that it's either Oklahoma. Yeah, UCLA and Oklahoma is usually the two that you have to worry about. But I'm saying all that to say we have to decide whether or not we're serious about sports. Either we are or we're not.
Let's get back to Buzz Williams and go on to Maryland. Let's get to the fact that this man, when he was at Marquette, this man coached Jimmy Butler and Wesley Matthews and some other folks on that damn team, and they couldn't get out the first round of the damn NCAA tournament.
Lynn Elmore.
That's yikes.
The esteemed Hall of Fame alum of Maryland, let the world know that the alumni are not happy with the status of the program. And they have reached out to him. And he's taking time out his day to let the administration know they're not happy about who they hire. He said they keep hiring people that just stop by, make a little money, and keep it pushing. And so far, he right.
He not wrong.
So
you need money fast.
That's a timely. But we got to at some point, and this is with every university and every institution. Are we serious? And I can tell you right now, Florida State is not. There is an A/B test running on our YouTube channel right now. Me and Jamal basically both had the same sentiment statements last week. One has 7 views, one has 70 views. That's because one fan base, even though they haven't gotten there yet, are taking sports serious. That other one across Gaines Street that I attended does not. They assume that they can keep getting the best players over and over and over again. We're not understanding that. We're at an inflection point, right? There will be women's programs spending money on NIL. And when they do, you ain't going to be able to say, but we Florida State. That ain't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't voice my displeasure with not having the FAMU collective contact me. I've inboxed, added them like a million times, and I've got no response from them. I don't know what's going on, but I'm a little, yeah.
He's perturbed.
But at least the fan base is starting to acknowledge that NIL is an issue. Whereas my school act like ain't nothing to see here. Making statements like they get a free education.
I mean, but that's because your school's still trying to move like this the age of segregation.
But it ain't.
It's not, but they don't seem to think so. Like you just said it. It is 2025, and they still moving like they can say, "Hey, I'm Florida State." Like they
like Bobby Bowden's about to come up from his grave, be like, "I'm back, y'all."
Right, like they still, and we all know I fucking hate Duke, but they try to move like they goddamn Duke or something. You don't have tobacco money like that, Florida State. You was a girls' school. Stop
it. It is. It's sickening right now. And people can talk about it's hubris. It's what it is. It's hubris. Because there's no way you think as long as we're making this football money, everything is all right. If the rumors are true that we hired a basketball coach because we can get them at a discount, that's a problem. And I'm hoping Luke Lux and another 6'11", 16-point scorer, 9 rebound dude walked out the door today. I'm hoping Luke Lux can bring in some talent.
But he's not gonna bring the talent Sam Cassell could have brought in.
Even Little Hamilton brought in a whole bunch of talent in the last 15 years.
It's as Coach Craig said, the DMV, Baltimore, Maryland area is a hotbed.
It is.
For basketball.
But when has it not been?
But here's the thing. Florida State has a history of going to get dudes from there. We go get dudes from there. Jacksonville and Georgia.
Florida State let one of the best ball players get lost in the streets of Bainbridge, Georgia. Stop it.
But we've had the teams that have gone to Elite Eights, the Sweet 16s, came from Maryland, Georgia, Jacksonville. What was that boy out of not Destin, out of Panama City? We've had hotbeds where we go get talent, and we the talent that we have the talent that we brought in so far, where everybody's celebrating the 2 signees, they're transfers. Okay, fine. That's the currency of the day. But are those transfers from areas that are hotbed?
No.
There is the reason I like Coach Crary, because when you talk to Coach Crary, you hear Hooper. You hear he's a lifer. I don't get that from what Florida State is doing right now. I don't
because as soon as the NBA call, that man is going back. He just needs some. He just needs some. See, look, I can build a team.
Right.
Look. I understand what to do in the fourth quarter. Look, I can do it. I promise I can do it. That's all he needs. And he going back.
I am prepared for the worst and hoping for the best. I hope he's successful. I really do. Because I'm going to be honest with you. This fan base after last year, they're not going to tolerate mediocre. Mediocrity is going to be met with fierce. I'm trying to be nice. It's got to be April Fool's. It's going to be met with fierce opposition and intolerance. Absolutely. It ain't going to be no, well, give him 5. You done played that card last year with the other dude. So, but again, hoping for the best. It's a video from Thursday night's podcast where we discuss the status of the commissioners that I'm going to release because the conversation needs to be had.
Can I say it? I say it, y'all?
You already said it. You ain't got to say it no more.
Can I say it, y'all? No, I'm talking about. I know we were going there. Can I say it? Hey, Miak. I need one of y'all representatives to go down to New Orleans to the HBCU Athletic Conference office and see if y'all can pull away Dr. Kiki Baker Barnes and make her y'all new athletic
No, because I want her for the SWAC. Absolutely not. Don't do that. Nah, I've been saying that lady needs to be the commissioner of the SWAC for the past 2 years. No, if anything, the MEAC can come and get McNugget ass, and they can have him.
You know what? Let's have a conversation. This wasn't on the docket, but let's have a conversation, right? You have a commissioner who has a media partner that all their games are broadcast on. They get to sell their own ads, and I believe it's a 50-50 split on the ad revenue.
Yeah.
They play basketball, baseball, track.
They don't play baseball.
Yeah, they do.
Baseball? Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. They do play baseball.
No, MEAC don't play. Wait.
No, not MEAC.
No.
HBAC.
No, my fault.
HBCUAC.
Yeah.
So I am looking at everything that we've said should be possible. She's doing it on an NAIA level.
Yep. And if you can do that on the NAIA level, they should be seeing FAMU and Fairview commercials in fucking Washington State. I said it. Doc, no, I ain't lying.
Hey, you be seeing Jackson State commercials in damn Portland, Oregon. Come on down from the Pacific Northwest.
Exactly.
See that shit in Alaska.
Your black ass tired of being around all the white people anyway. Come on.
Listen.
Come back home. Come to your people.
She strategically, and it didn't dawn on me that hey, these two new schools, they in Texas. One near Dallas.
Sure is.
Those are TV.
The only HBCU in Dallas.
These are strategic moves.
Bro, she been moving. So
she got 2 big markets.
Yep.
You really think about that. 2 big markets.
Yep.
That Fort Worth market.
And you got Houston.
She got that Austin market.
She got Houston.
Austin.
You just said it.
She got that Austin market. Well, you got.
These are schools I didn't even know existed.
No,
I
but
had to go do research.
Come on now, Paul Quinn was the original member of SWAC before they left.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't know. The average person did not know. Like, I'm like, where this school at? Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
I've been watching her real closely. I like the way she moves. So if anybody need to go and fly her out of New Orleans, it need to be us. I do not have my disdain for SWAC commissioner at all.
I mean, you gotta realize too, when he got the job, when he became the commissioner, boy, we was in the
real fucked up.
That last commissioner had us in trash looking like Oscar the Grouch up in that bit. But he came in, he cleaned it up. I mean, I think to me, you can say he doing a good job. You know, there's some things you can be critical about. There's things you can question. At the same time, he doing the job. But I'm talking about
listen at what we're just saying. This lady has major markets on a NAIA level. NAIA is one step above Junco.
Yeah, right.
And she has done this on a NAIA level. And we sit here at a D1 level arguing about why our games come on ESPN2 and we got to pay extra money and download an app, an additional app to watch the games.
You got to download nothing, just watch my show.
No. Hey, hold. You know what? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. No.
Got us in there. Do y'all see this foolishness that Troy done put up on the screen?
That's what I was laughing at. We didn't say nothing bad this time.
Certain things we don't need broadcast to the world.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, shit. Shut up, Doc.
Hey, man. It'd be a party on my channel, dog.
That's like I was in. I think I was in DK chat one day. He was streaming Madden, and I put in a application, if you will, to assist in the viewing of programs, and then I had to have somebody delete it because certain entities like to pop in his stream from time to time, and so I didn't want him to be associated with something I said. I'll put it like that.
All right, my bad. I just know when the season comes up.
So, but I get what everybody's saying. Listen, I am following this lady. Like,
shit, I interviewed her last year.
I know. We did not, however, get a chance to interview her. Again, the type of podcast we are, we're trying to become more commissioner friendly. I'm working on that. Don't look at me like that. I'm trying to be a better person.
Man, you better call Danny up and tell her, can we get the commission on here?
I told Dan I was gonna after I have my MRI, and after we find out what's going on with me, then we'll like get back up and rolling like we was before. I just need to figure out what I'm looking at. That's all. But yeah, no, that's you know, and for the MEAC people, I am not anti-MEAC. I want y'all to know that. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to win.
I'm in the SWAC. I'm anti-MEAC
all
the way through.
Can you be pro SWAC and not anti MEAC? Is that a thing?
Yes.
We only anti-MEAC during the celebration.
I guess only if you never went to a SWAC.
No,
school.
we don't know. We only anti-MEAC during the celebration bowl in the SWAC versus
MEAC. I'm talking about Troy, because Troy said he not anti-MEAC at no point. So is that because you didn't go to a SWAC school?
Troy lied.
That you can tool the line? Because it sounds like you want to be Mr. Politically correct and have your shoes on both turfs. Talk about the grass green on both sides. It can't be like you gotta choose a side.
You see
choose a side, Troy.
Y'all see my face?
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Hey, you gotta
look like I love to be at. Fuck this. I don't like the MEAC.
What you mean,
dog? If it came to marbles, I would like them Negroes half the time. Hell,
you can't be from.
Listen,
look, you can't be from 64th talking about we cool with 63rd.
I see what he said.
It's over.
Hey, we hate everybody. We hate each other enough in the SWAC for everybody.
Well, I just hate y'all when y'all in the MEAC. Like,
all I'm trying to say is,
you still hate us now.
All I'm trying to say is, he don't know about what's happening this weekend. All I'm trying to say is that when I bring up these topics, it's not that I want to see the MEAC in. I really don't, and I definitely don't want to see the MEAC schools in the CAA. I don't. I understand the economics, but I don't want to see that.
Neither though. And everybody that be talking about this dumbass super conference, stop. It ain't gonna work.
Nah, I tell you why it wasn't gonna work last week. I'm not getting back into that. That's another rabbit hole.
It ain't gonna work. For a multitude of reasons, it ain't gonna work.
But if the MEAC is dissolved, they gotta go somewhere, right? They got to go
to the OCC.
Look, just send. Look, SWAC gonna probably end up taking at least 2 of the schools from the MEAC. At least in the good one.
Because really, if anything, the SWAC need to be eyeing the Atlanta market since we there all the goddamn time and determine if we can get Clark Atlanta or fucking Morehouse to come up.
What about Morgan State? What about Morgan State?
Morgan State gonna go. Morgan State gonna go to the Cracker Athletic Conference.
The what?
The Cracker Athletic Conference.
Howard
might go to the Patriot League.
Okay.
Yeah, Howard can go hang out over there. Howard different. They good. They
damn near. They damn near Ivy League anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Howard get paid out of the budget.
Like academic wise, they're on the Ivy League level.
Nah, for real, they are.
And they private, and they can just go over there.
And it's a private university.
You got some Tatar. Bullshit ass school.
Again, I just want to make sure that
what you talk about? How would they bougie? Kamala was there jamming Tupac in 81.
Man, them niggas bougie as hell, dog. My cousin went there and she came back home bougie as hell. I like her. You was born in Oak Cliff. What the hell you talking about?
I wanted
you must forget where you came from.
I really want to call them bougie, but
that's what we call. Look, where I'm from, that's what we call uppity. That's when you're considered uppity. When you try to, right?
She might be watching.
When you try to ignore where you from, so you can try to blend in. Nah, we see you.
Right.
That melanation in your skin ain't going nowhere. I promise you.
Dr. Kanishi, she bougie until she come back home. She go back to Louisiana, and then she she got a little ratchet in her. Yeah. I mean, because she on the north side of Houston too, so well, north side, the north. Man, nah, for real though. Them kids bougie up there. I don't even care about football.
Again, I just want to make sure we understand that if somehow, some way, Clark Atlanta end up in the SWAC, we have basically started World War III.
No, we ain't.
No, we ain't.
No, we ain't.
I take Clark Atlanta in the SWAC. That way, Jackson State go play on the damn Pyru field. It be Bloods and Crips out there.
I hate that field so bad. Why the fuck is it that red?
No way.
Like, who picked this shade of red? What is going on?
I mean, at some point, we got to understand that that's a cultural divide, and it has to go. That's why we play on green grass. Third,
unless you Boise State,
like Boise State got that shit got to go too.
Albany State got a blue field.
They do,
and that one ugly too.
They all ugly. If it ain't green, I don't want to play on it.
In the middle,
right?
It's ugly.
Do you know the broadcast graphic guy got to be pissed off every time he go to them stadiums?
Or like Coastal Carolina playing on the teal field.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's talk about
their uniform makes no sense. By the way, those colors do not match. I'm sorry, they don't. That is the tackiest shit I've bro. They dress like our TVs in black and white, bro.
Listen, Coastal Carolina said if you come to our football game, all concession is free. Free. When FAMU playing up there?
Hold on.
How much are the tickets though?
All right.
It can't be too much. What? How many games they won last season? 2.
They might have won St. Numbers, Florida State.
I don't even know, man. Them folks gonna be they gonna get money off their alcohol sales. Them folks gonna be drunk as hell, man.
Well, see, that's my question. Is alcohol included in the concession?
Probably not.
Probably not. We're gonna let you eat for free, but nigga, you gotta drink. You gotta pay for this drink, right?
Thought it was sweet.
Thought shit was sweet. It's BYOB. Bring your own bottle. Hey, don't get drunk on our account.
Right.
All right. So, whoa. Is this one game?
It's for the whole season.
Whole season.
At home.
There is no, I'm assuming, because they do not make reference to alcohol, which I'm pretty sure it's Carolina. They're not going to give away free alcohol. That's going to go left. Like in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that can't be allowed. Certainly.
In the first 30 seconds. And there's also the possibility that they don't allow alcohol in the stadium, because there are still stadiums like that. So that may also be another thing.
Shit, boy, you want to make money, you better bring some alcohol up in that stadium. You're going to have somebody drunk.
I said hey, tell FAMU all they got to do is put Conway Compton somewhere in the stadium and everything good.
Hey, man.
Somebody already be in the parking lot.
All they gotta do is put it somewhere in the stadium. They can make a platform and put him at the top, and he's still gonna sell out.
Y'all know there are 3 games a year that I go to.
Homecoming is one.
Homecoming. It'll be like another game that I can get to, and the Classic. Of the games that are in Tallahassee, unless it was the SWAC championship game, I'm in the parking lot.
It it was raining that day, bro, and I was in the parking lot trying to get some free food.
I was in the parking lot. I paid for my food, but I had a 19 ounces of alcohol, of gin and juice, and I was enjoying homecoming.
Yeah.
So was it the gin? Was it Seagram's gin?
Hell no. No, I do not drink Seagram's
you
gin.
just disrespected. You said it was Seagram's. What was it? Hendrix? What was it?
Oh, it was Hendrix. This most definitely was Hendrix.
I don't know about Hendrix. I just know about Seagram's gin.
Hendrix pretty good, bro.
What you know about that 7 and 7?
Listen, I drunk Seagram's 7 and 7 in 1995, so you don't have to in 2025. You ain't got to. Just let it go.
Hey, give me a bottle of Hendrix if we just have to drink gin.
And then,
maybe what is it, Sapphire?
Bombay Sapphire Far East is the only Bombay you ever need to have. And then it's a few other brands that St. Pete Distillery has a gin. They got I could go on and on about gin. Also, the Florida Moonshine Company. Y'all,
if I gotta buy it out the store, I don't want it.
Y'all,
make my shit from scratch.
You
be deep off in the wood.
So I got that other moonshine. The Florida Moonshine is definitely made by Florida man. This should not be sold in the store.
That's the kind I want.
The Florida man. The Florida, the infamous Florida man. The infamous Florida man.
Hey, it's one of them things. As soon as you pop the top on it, you
like,
I should have knew better.
If the moonshine so potent that you can put that shit in your car and some gasoline.
If you set it on fire,
white lightning,
and the flame is blue or invisible,
it's over.
It's like some Mississippi moonshine right there.
Hey, get your little communion cup. All you need is that much.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Because I was like, I go ahead. I'm cool with this. Let me. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I can drink gin straight. This not that. This.
I can see. Wait a minute. I can see Troy now. Like, damn, what did you put in this cup right here?
But that being said, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Be right back. Hey, you know what? Yeah, this appropriate.
Don't start now. Won't be nothing. Speaking of Twitter beefs, so before the new year, I was awakened to Florida State news that I had not expected. 6 former Florida State basketball players decided to sue Leonard Hamilton because of missed NIL payments. And at first, I didn't know how to respond because I didn't have all the information. So shout out to Fries No Slaw, TJ Pinger. His podcast has had attorney Rohan on and explained all of the facts of the case. I don't care about who wins the case, who's right or wrong. What I care about is that there are coaches, the head coach, one of them, sending text messages about payments to players from the NIL collective. Wait for it. Fucking Rising Spear. For those who don't know, Rising Spear has been suspended from doing business with Florida State for the last year. I might have broke up, so let me say that again. Rising Spear has been suspended from doing business with Florida State for the last year. Apparently, Rising Spear was supposed to pay each of these players $250,000. Again, I want to start off by saying, fuck Rising Spear, their CEO, and everything he stands for. I hope he stub his toe every morning at 3 a.m. when he wake up That's how I feel.
Jesus, jeez, violence.
Fucking Rising Spear. That he held that one.
Right.
It's and I think I just want to attend a couple Florida State football games just so I can walk around and run into dude just one good time. Because like I said, I got 3 fights left in me in my lifetime. And I'm okay with spending one on him. Just it's so bad. Real program note, real quick. Mount Verdi has hired their replacement. Steve Turner is the new new boys basketball coach. I don't know why they call it boys in high school, but the new boys basketball coach. His career record as a high school coach is 497 and 176.
Damn.
There you go. They good. They be all right. Got them a great replacement.
Also, somebody headed to Florida. Let's see, David Peavy from Duncanville High School is headed to Florida to coach a prep school.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he won 2 state titles as Duncanville boys basketball coach here.
Yeah, Texas.
And he's also taken with his stepson with him, Beckham Black, whose brother is in the NBA right now.
Anthony Black, right?
Anthony Black.
Oh, yeah. His brother's pretty good, actually. Hey, that's a damn.
And I need to, because it's election day in Florida, I just want to. Never mind. What was I thinking? Just well, I'm all right. So I just looked at the news. I just saw the Florida special election results. Give me a second to compose myself because this is why we the problem. This is why every state want to emulate the dumbass shit we do in Florida. Every state. It's us. We the problem. Oh. So, another programming note, Lonnie Alameda is currently going through breast cancer treatment. She's going to continue to coach the team while she goes through her treatment. So, thoughts and prayers go out to her. You know, I ain't big on win one for the gift type things, but with the squad we got, what they said in Major League, you might as well win the whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, thoughts and prayers that go out to her. Also, Yard Talk, if you're out there, if you're listening, I'm sending invites to you. Come on back to the show.
Yeah.
I need you to come on the show. You have some interesting takes on my thoughts. So come on back to the show.
You get Yard Talk on here, boy. You get your pen and paper ready. Take notes.
Well, so Doc, see, the thing is that if Yard Talk and Marlo are on the show at the same time,
this shit gonna be hilarious to the motherfucker.
It last time it went kind of left.
Of course it did.
Left. It went left. So, yeah, it went left. We are all set for the women's in men's Final Four. I'm just gonna call it how I see it. I don't think I like Houston to win the national championship.
About time Kelvin Samuelson earned his paycheck and all the shit he talked.
So you're saying this is the year?
I'm saying this the year. I'm saying this.
No, you know what? Take with what he just said with a grain of salt, because he ain't gonna say Florida gonna win, even if Florida gonna win. He ain't gonna say that.
Nope.
So let me work through my thought process.
He got Duke in Florida. Oh, he can't. Damn.
Thank you.
Oh man, what happened to that? Oh man, and that's mine.
So what's your bracket look? So I would imagine that some people brackets have now gotten back to where they predicted the Final Four, right? Because I mean, so there got to be a lot of brackets where they had all 4 ones. Even though, if you didn't know, this is the second time in NCAA men's tournament history that all 4 ones have made it to the Final Four. Last time it happened was 2008.
Yeah, I knew it was uncommon. Or is that?
Don't remind me of 2008.
Is that only modern era? Or
do not remind me
of 2008. That's all time, DK.
That's crazy.
Don't remind me of 2008.
All time, second time in history that all 4 ones made it. And I said this, I think last week. I was like, hey, the way it's looking, I like all the ones to make it. I said all the ones would make it to the Final 8. I didn't predict them all making it to the Final 4. I thought one of them might have got knocked off, but here we are. And this should be a great finish to the tournament.
Don't remind me of 2008. Fuck Kansas.
I think
I don't like Kansas either.
Listen, if you know what, I am going to do my best to let that FBI investigation go. How about that?
Good.
But I don't think Duke will win it because Con Knipple and Cooper Flag got some kind of beef that I absolutely do not understand. Why they can't play together is what is
what
going on?
What do you mean? This is untrue. That is an untrue statement. They're cool with each other.
Okay, they may be cool with each other, but in the last 2 minutes of games, I think the coaches called timeout every major game this tournament to make sure everybody understood that Cooper Flag get the ball. Because if Con get the ball, it's Rapsies.
He's shooting.
Cooper not getting that ball back. That is not a lie.
Yeah. But you got to rein people in. That's why you a coach, though.
That's fine. But in key moments, when the coach can't, if the coach don't have a timeout to call, just know Cooper Flag not getting that ball back.
No, he's not.
We seen it at the beginning of the year, and we starting to see it slowly but surely in this tournament. And I was just like, I freely admit that I like to say stuff and hope my narrative fit what I say. This has been the narrative all season long. I don't like Duke. I don't care what nobody say. I didn't want them to win no way. But this is the perfect tournament for them to lose. Now, if they go into 4 overtimes with Florida, I would be so happy. I wouldn't even care who won. That's a lie. I'd rather see Duke win than Florida win.
Well, I think it's so they're on the opposite sides of the bracket. I think Duke plays Houston.
Duke plays Houston, yeah.
Duke plays Houston first.
I don't think Duke gets.
Why you make that face? I like that face, DP.
My camera froze, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's
man.
why. I'm like, yo.
It froze on that face. That's wild.
That is actually funny.
Oh, my bad.
But and then
shit, it ain't came back. Hold on.
In the Duke situation, Duke and Houston. I like Houston. I think Houston has athletes that can match Duke and exceed Duke. I think Houston has one-on-one players that Duke don't necessarily have.
They've had one-on-one players the last 4 years, and it ain't worked out for them.
Yeah.
It's funny. You would think that I would be a U of H fan, but I'm not.
See, yeah, I thought, yeah, because you're a Texas. Okay.
Now from Houston, like I've been to that campus.
That's what I'm like.
Roll down Scott Street.
Yeah.
Yep, I done bun down there, man. I know what it's like. I know exactly what it's like over there. It's ghetto as hell. Outright, look, you walk outside of the campus, you better be strapped, and you better know where you at. I'm trying to tell you, it is not safe around there.
You go one way down the street, past that stadium. You going towards downtown. You go the other way, and you walk across the street. You at TSU.
Yep. And TSU it might be worse over there, because they don't have like actual dorms. They got like apartments where it's all of the college kids living at.
Oh Lord.
I got so many questions, and we was talking about going to that game.
I mean, if you go from your hotel. Go from your hotel to the stadium. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
But I want to
go. Gonna be playing in the soccer. They're gonna be playing on the soccer stadium anyway. The only time they play,
soccer stadium downtown, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time they play at home is homecoming.
Yeah.
When they play at Durley, that's when they play for homecoming. They sit down in that little 5,000 seat high school stadium.
Most of the high schools in Houston got better stadium than TSU. Make that make sense.
Which is so crazy.
But that's Texas though. That's.
I mean, TSU is in Houston. This what I'm like. It's in.
No. Texas take high school football to another fucking level. Texas and Georgia, because I think in Georgia, they rule like so. In Florida, like the lottery money, that's scholarship money for state college institutions. But in Georgia, they put that shit in the regular school district, and they can spend it how they feel. All of them built football stadiums.
Friday night lights is for real.
Friday night lights in real life.
You drive through Houston on a Friday night, you gonna see stadiums lit up like Christmas trees. Because a lot of them are right off the freeway. Like the high school that I graduated from is right off 45. So it's like if you going to like the Woodlands or Conroe, you passing through there, you're gonna see Spring lit up.
All right, so I like Houston. Who else? The Duke Houston game? Who y'all like?
I like Houston.
I'm gonna go with Houston because I would never say anything about Duke.
They got to get over the hump at some point.
The only time you will ever hear me say anything good about Duke is in reference to Karen Lawson. And the day that she leave that school or get fired, that'll be the last time you hear me say anything good about Duke.
I like Duke next year with the Boozer twins.
Now with Cooper and these boys. Damn, soldier on this.
With the Boozer twins and Con Knippel, they are a better team.
Yep.
Knippel's going to the league.
Is he?
So is Cooper
playing.
Did he already declare?
Well, nah. I'm sure. I don't think anybody,
they got time yet. Because they still playing. They got time to declare.
Yeah.
So I say this: if they lose and then they offer him some NIL money, he'll be back.
But he's projected to be like a top 15 pick.
Which
is top 15 gonna make what they would be willing to pay him in NIL?
Who knows?
I'm about to violate my rule against talking about college players.
Who knows?
Here we go.
Is
this the disrespect segment?
You know what? It is. It is. It 100% is. And it's not even like wild disrespect. It's not even wild disrespect. It's not. It's not the wild disrespect. It is not wild disrespect.
The disrespect segment.
Uh-oh.
So the NBA is going to draft Super Flag #1 overall, and he's going to be a upgraded version of Kevin Love. Is that what I'm hearing?
No. How? Kevin Love, it was never this athletic. So no, that's no.
I said upgraded.
The Kevin Love from the
Rebounds and
Timberwolves
points.
was different. Look,
Right.
before he linked up with LeBron, Kevin Love was one of the best players in the West. I'm sorry.
New narrative. LeBron is a career killer.
He was
No,
averaging
he's not. He
20,
got hurt. Jazz.
he was averaging 27 and 12.
Like everybody else.
He was averaging 27 and 12 and was an all-star every year.
And he was playing a center with the Cavs. So you mean to tell me he couldn't get a double being a center? Stop it.
He should never been a center. He was never.
He was a power
he's not a
forward.
center.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is
they had him in the wrong. They had him in the wrong.
But he got hurt though.
He was playing out of position.
He was 100% out of position, and I think that will always be the knock on playing with LeBron is he's forced a lot of players to play out of position. Just Chris Bosh should never been a center. He was a power forward.
He's always been a power forward.
But when he went to the Heat and teamed up with LeBron, they moved him. They had him playing the 5 most of the game. But they'll let Giannis Haslam play the 4.
But they had Joel Anthony coming in playing. I mean, he was playing the center spot.
He would move down at the same time. Most of the game, Bosh was in at the 5. Joel Anthony would probably play about 18 to 24 minutes a game, but for the rest of that, Bosh was the 5, and that was another thing. You had no other center. Joel Anthony was the only center on the roster.
Chris Anderson. So they had him.
Birdman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Birdman, he was a decent center, but he didn't have the frame to bang with the big guys down low. Like he'd get some rebounds. He was a very he gonna get your hustle plays, but he didn't have the body. I need me a Dikembe Mutombo down there.
Ben Wallace.
Well,
Ben Wallace, who just had that nasty look. Ben Wallace wasn't even that tall. He was only 6'9", but he was nasty and strong.
He ain't give
you
up,
couldn't move him. He was unmovable. It didn't matter how tall you were. You couldn't move. Do you remember? This is like when we talk about players that can transcend eras. Ben Wallace can play now. It'll be a little difficult because of like the 3-point meta, but at the same time, he could play outstanding defense at any level.
I think it would be more so them calling them lackluster, lukewarm ass fouls.
Yeah,
right. Because he has the worst free throw percentage I think of all time. If I'm not mistaken.
Dwight Howard was so challenging him for it.
But Dwight developed over his career with that. Like,
no, Dwight regressed. Dwight started out as a 60 to 67% free throw shooter, and as his career went on, he dropped. It kept going lower and lower until it got to like 47%.
How the hell you shoot 47% and it's free?
That's when Greg Popovich started the hack of Dwight. I remember every time when we played the Spurs, they finna hack Dwight Howard the whole 4th quarter to the point where we don't even want him on the floor.
Yeah,
and then they going straight to the basket, and then now they going straight to the cup every time.
It got better because his jump shot got better.
He didn't start working on his jump shot until he was out the league. He was on his way out the league.
Facts.
Yep.
So, but
he had the little 10-footer though. He had a 10-footer.
So we got the first game. We got the first game out the way. Second game
is what?
Auburn. Give me Auburn all day. They have looked unbeatable all
if Johnny Brown is healthy, it's
right. I was gonna say, yeah. So I don't know if you've seen he came back and played in that game the last 5, 6, however many minutes, but
yeah,
he literally did touch the ball with his other hand. He literally grabbed the ball, dribbled the ball. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything with the other arm. So that just he had an MRI or whatever test they ran quickly for him.
Now
It was negative.
It was negative.
So
I gotta say this.
Auburn by 5. Auburn
We'll
by
see.
5.
Oh, we got to add this point in. Florida has the ability to go bigger than anybody else in the nation. They have gone 7'1" at power forward and 7'9" at center.
That kid is 7'9". He a freshman, right?
7'9" freshman.
Just put him out there. What's the worst could happen?
7'9" is crazy.
Just put him out there. All he got to do is do this. Just put him out there.
He ended up on the poster the first time Auburn played them, but Florida.
He did because he can't jump. He's 7'9" with that boy got a 20-inch vertical. Like, I get it, he's 7'9". He a traffic cone with a 20-inch vertical. Like I realized he was 7'9". I thought he was like 7'6". But I know he tall as hell. But he can't move.
And just so we clear my rule,
you got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
My rule on criticism of players does not extend to the Ibis people or the boot skins. Just to be clear.
And the fact that you out here defending Florida is probably the most egregious part of this whole conversation.
Right.
April Fools.
Wow. No, you meant that.
Definitely meant that shit.
You meant that. No take backs.
I want it to be fair.
No take backsies.
Fair.
Fair?
I was being fair.
The fuck is fair?
That's where you go get cotton
I know it ain't fair.
Right.
All right.
I want some fried cheesecake. You got that? Talk about fair.
All right, so now we got the women's bracket. And let me look at this women's bracket again.
Look at the women's bracket again.
Texas versus South Carolina.
The third time.
UConn versus
Bree
UCLA.
Hall. Hey, Bree Hall, we need you again, friend.
Paige.
South Carolina.
Bree Hall shut down the SEC Player of the Year by herself.
South Carolina wins that game, and it might be a blowout.
It's not going to be a blowout.
Nah, not this time, bro.
Mm-mm. It's not going to be a blowout, but I think Joyce Edwards going to have her breakout game.
I think the saddest part of this whole situation is the fact that with Juju going down, we were robbed of having all 8 number ones make it to the Final Four.
Yeah. But honestly, I think it is more frequent in the women's side of the bracket than the men.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know if all 8 ones have made it at the same time.
Should
that
have.
Been,
that year Connecticut. Cool. That year Connecticut won both sides. All of them made it.
Was that 2008?
Well, I believe it was.
UConn didn't win in 2008. Probably. Who won in 2010?
I want to say Baylor.
That's right.
Wasn't what's the name of Baylor and then she went to LSU then?
Yep, that was Kim Mulkey.
Yep.
Yeah.
ESPN for the UConn versus UCLA matchup has predicted 72% win percentage for UConn versus the 28 to UCLA.
I'm wrong. 2010, it was Connecticut. They beat Stanford because Stanford had both Agumake sisters that year.
Yeah.
So I have a dilemma, right? Is one of my favorite players, Paige Beckers, and she putting buckets up, and then it's Don Staley. What's up, Don? It's me. It's your boy. I don't.
He willing to risk it all.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to pick this one because I don't even know. Okay. You know, y'all know how I feel about people who can score the bucket, right? Like them top flight. It's like people who can score and people who can defend and everybody else. And Juju not being there hurt the whole field because you know what? I'm not gonna go in on the NCAA. They already didn't approve our Final Four. But I won't Paige to win, but Don is just a better coach than Gino.
Now.
Here's my issue with Gino. He's had the best talent forever and a day. When there is an equal playing field, he does not win.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this.
You want to know why he don't win? Because Gino can't fucking coach. He can stack talent. The fuck?
I'm gonna tell you. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Don't sleep on Jaime Jaquez's little sister right there because she can box.
Doc said it last week. We saw his best coaching game to date when he had to beat Jackson State, or he was gonna be forced into retirement. Because had Jackson State beat him, he was gonna be sitting home in his robe and slippers watching this shit on TV.
Boy, gonna be shit. Boy, they gonna be shitting bricks. Bricks.
And that's why he don't say. And that's why he don't say too much. If Pat Summitt didn't like it, she had a reason, and she couldn't stand that damn man.
Her whole agenda was to beat him.
That was her whole agenda, and he knows. Had she not died, he would not be the all-time winningest coach because she would still be at Tennessee kicking people's teeth in right now.
Yeah.
Yep. We lost. We lost a good one.
I'm just saying, man. She give you that look. Be like, hey, sit your ass down somewhere. She give you that look, like, be looking at him, be like, bitch, I know you ain't talking about me.
All right. That being said, we're going to go straight into the NBA because I'm not understanding why Isaiah Stewart is suspended 2 games. And I'm seeing multiple people who should have been suspended 4.
That man is the epitome of he got a super crash out gene in his damn system.
He been waiting on that.
That man was born in the wrong generation right there. He should have been born
He been waiting on that. Hey, bro, been waiting for my time to shine. Gotcha.
Hey, he was wrong. He was in the wrong generation.
Punching Nazi.
I couldn't wait there to make that a drop.
That man summoned up the whole spirit of Meta World Peace. Not Meta World. I'm sorry, Ron Artest.
But people keep hollering about he can't play basketball, and he can.
He can.
He can.
This was his first incident all year.
That's how you know he was definitely born in the wrong generation.
He was born in the wrong generation. Like he is what you call a true enforcer. He is what you call what Rick Mahorn and you know even Dennis Rodman and you know all these other players that played in the 90s and stuff like that. Anthony Mason, he is what you call a true enforcer.
He needs to be in New York.
Basically, he is like, don't fuck with my teammate, or you're gonna see these hands. And Dante DiVincenzo pretty much saw them hands the other day.
I gotta say, listen, White Dante, you my dog. You my dog. But they call you White Dante for a reason. Stay White Dante. Don't cross over and try and be Black Dante. Stay White Dante. Don't cross over.
But ain't he from Philly? I think DiVincenzo from Philly. He automatically got a crash out gene in him.
Connecticut. No, he's from Connecticut. They used to call him from Connecticut. Connecticut.
Oh well, shit. My bad.
You White Dante. Stay White Dante. That's my dog.
Well, he said he wanted to smoke the other night. He sure did get it.
Well, all right. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I say something like this? Can I say something about that fight? Stop with all that damn pushing. If you're gonna swing. God dang.
The fines is different if you swing.
Right.
The fine is I some players that say the
hey, if you gonna fine me and suspend me for 2 games, I'm finna break this nigga nose.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if it was me, I got Big Tuck playing in my head talking about Tulsa. Swing. Shit.
Oh man.
Hey, so if I break his nose, is it 5K more than 1 more game? Fine. Hit him.
Man, stop all that damn pushing around. Man, I want to be in the damn fight like I'm from Memphis or some shit like that.
You know what? Let's talk about Memphis.
Get me in the goddamn gangster circle. Shit. And start gangster walking up behind it.
Why Memphis fired their coach? And they are now in free fall.
Yeah, I don't know. They damn near worse than us.
He lost control of the locker room.
What the fuck is that? What the
fuck? He lost control of the Rocket.
They act like this man out here coaching Little League. Hey, all right, guys, no snacks. If you say that again, what the fuck you gonna do?
Listen, I don't care who gets mad. If they don't make it out the first round of the playoffs, I'm blaming Ja. You the leader.
Is he the leader?
You the leader. You want to be the leader? He want to be the leader of the crash out squad? Cool. Absolutely cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna end up playing the Lakers the way it sits right now.
Yeah.
If they play the Lakers,
definitely gonna lose that one.
And I don't even like Luka, but I like Luka to average 30 in that series.
No shit, I'm a Heat fan. We just coasting by here.
Let's ask this question let's ask on this note right here. Is it time for Pat Riley to just sit his old ass down somewhere?
Yep. Yes, it is.
And collect
Pat Riley has bullied the NBA for years to the point now where he can't even get a decent trade because nobody will answer the phone.
That's so accurate. That's so.
It really is.
You cannot get a decent trade for a man that took you to 3 of the last 7 finals because you have bullied everybody for the past 40 years.
That's about right. I don't think he bully somebody when he was Showtime Pat.
Yes.
Yes, that's his personality.
I know his personality is connected. I know his personality is connected in New York. You know what I'm saying? I know he's up in New York.
But he learned from Jerry West. In the world, don't move like that no more.
He learned from Jerry West.
You can't tell him that.
Jeez,
and that's why we getting our fucking teeth kicked in with a videographer as a damn head coach.
Hey, that videographer got 2 championships.
No, LeBron gave that nigga 2 championships.
Or did D-Wade and Braun get the championships? Because he can't get us over the hump. Again, you've been to what, 3 of the last 7 finals? And we're out on the ropes and could not close.
2 of them without LeBron.
They was outmatched against the Nuggets.
And that was because, again, Pat Riley can't put together a decent team because nobody answers the phone.
Well,
Pat Riley go to
who else in the NBA that's either a president or general manager that needs to go ahead and collect that pink slip and get a retirement?
Danny Ainge.
That motherfucker like to stockpile goddamn picks like it ain't shit.
But nobody's calling him anymore. He's resorted to something different.
But what we just said, that used to work. If you trying to move some players and you trying to free up some cap space, call him. He got like 40 picks over there. What you trying to work out? Bro, used car salesman of goddamn draft picks. What you need? A third round.
But you know who picking up that phone?
In 2029. I got you.
You know who picking up that phone and collecting picks but giving out good prospects? Sam Presti over at Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's time for another disrespect segment since you brought it.
3.
That's
3 and 1.
That's 3.
Yep.
3 in a hole.
3 in 1 night. 3 in 1 night.
The disrespect segment.
Uh-oh.
If Oklahoma City don't win the championship this year, Sam Presti got to get fired.
Why would he get fired?
Cool, we'll take him in Miami.
He has had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, the Beard, what is it? What's the dude name?
Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka. The entire squad he got now.
List all them players and tell me all of their DSM-5 diagnoses, and I'll tell you the problem we got there in Oklahoma.
See, the thing is, though, like all of them were under the age of like 24 while they
all under the age of 24. But Harden already thought that he should have had a damn team, and he got one and didn't do shit with it.
Yeah. Well, no, Harden. That's not like Harden just wanted a little bit more money. He wanted them like some of the money that Ibaka got. He didn't even want as much as Ibaka got. He just wanted a little bit more.
No, he wanted to start too. Remember?
But I too.
Yeah, he was no longer happy with coming off the bench. He wanted to be that guy, and he became that guy in Houston. And all they got to show for it is a negative net return on their damn checkbook because he ain't win shit.
Hey, we got to the Western Conference Finals.
How many times?
Hey, hell no, TP, you're not gonna slide on that because as many times as you done said on this podcast,
I blame D'Antoni. I blame D'Antoni. I don't blame James Harden.
No.
And Chris Paul got hurt.
D'Antoni. And Chris Paul What's the name? Scott Foster. Scott Foster lost y'all that series.
I blame D'Antoni.
Again,
You
anybody
know
that
what?
blames
If you say fire Sam Preston, I was sure taking him Dallas.
I told you, bring him to
I'll
South
take-
Beach, baby.
I'll take him in Dallas.
Hey, we got beaches and women in the South. There ain't nothing in Oklahoma to look at anyway. Mountains and Mormons. Come to Miami.
Hey, I'll take him in Dallas because Nico is on the is public enemy number one in the city right now.
He might be.
Well,
the lead.
No, not my DK. That motherfucker is public enemy number one, and number two is Greg Anthony.
I'm saying he might be the worst GM of all time.
But we don't know. We don't know because he ain't just get that job, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
because he
had
traded
I'm gonna be honest with you. If we would have kept Donnie Nelson, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He traded a few others, not just Luka.
No, DK. If we would have kept Donnie Nelson on payroll with the Mavericks as the GM,
he had
Luka ain't
other
going nowhere.
Huh? Donnie had other issues. Y'all had to get rid of Donnie. Go ahead, Jamal.
That's true.
What you got, Jamal?
Golden State and Memphis, 132 to 125. 20 seconds in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry got 45 points and 14 made threes.
What is he doing?
Lights out.
14 made threes.
Don't get that man started before the playoffs start, man.
What are we doing?
He tied the record.
Yep. Hey, Steph is 16 for 31 from the field right now.
Hey, that man got 50 points now.
He's had 13 before, but never 14.
This man got 50 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists right now in the game.
Hold on. Nah, I gotta go see that. I gotta see that.
This man almost got a 50-point triple-double tonight, y'all.
Boy, put a 50-piece on Ja in the Grizzlies.
And y'all want to fire y'all head coach again?
Boy, I put a 50-piece on Ja.
Hey, Ja ain't slapped because he put 36
y'all got 36.
He put 36 on it, yeah.
Again, that's that I'll get you back on the other end defense. That ain't no defense. You got me. I'm going to get you back.
Hey, Zach Edey in the game. Zach Edey got 10 and 16.
Yeah.
Nah, he overrated.
Well, sure. Let me show you how overrated I am. What the rest of your team, man?
What is happening?
See, this would have never happened if the grandfather was still playing right now.
257 points. I hope somebody bet the over.
This would not happen.
You always bet the over. They don't play defense.
This would not happen if the grandfather and Zebo was playing right now and Big Spain.
Who, if Steph Curry ain't got the 3-pointers in the game, who got it?
Ain't it Klay Thompson? I think Klay got the May 14th.
Shoot it.
Klay Thompson.
Oh. No. I wonder if he knows. Wait, is it 12 threes?
He hit 12 threes. Klay Thompson.
Okay. I thought he had 14. Oh, that would have been a different story.
I need to see this box score.
Yeah, Klay Thompson.
I'm looking at the box score right now. Crazy. And then Draymond Green got a fucking triple-double, y'all.
Klay Thompson, 14 made threes in 2018 versus the Bulls. He got the record.
Oh, yeah, that's the one where he didn't put the ball on the floor that game.
Bro, the ball was not touching the floor. It was hitting his hands and he was going up. I'm talking about dude didn't even he caught it. He was like catching the ball in the spin and just going up with it.
So we're not gonna talk about Jimmy Butler. Got 27 points.
That's Jimmy.
You see how many free throws he got? Perfect. 12 for 12.
But that's classic Jimmy though.
No, that is
that's Jimmy being Jimmy.
No, timeout.
Anybody
How about wait, whoa. I'm looking at this box score. How the hell timeout? Let's talk about how the hell the Warriors just went 28 for 28 at the free throw line tonight.
Oh, so nobody missed.
Nobody missed.
Well,
look
shit,
at the
only
people
three
throws,
people.
though.
Right, yeah.
Buddy
only
Hield,
three.
Santos. I mean, Steph Curry.
No, Draymond Green went 4 for 4 on the free throw line. When the last time that dude went 4 for 4 on the free throw line?
I know he better stop shooting that ball. He went 4 for 12. He's messing up the score. He's messing up the percentage.
Hey, he got 13. He got 13, 10, and 12. So I ain't gonna argue with it. He got a triple double.
1 for 7 from 3. Sir, step inside the 3-point line. Shoot the mid range. It's okay. Nobody's gonna laugh at you.
Analytics.
Don't say that shit.
Shoot the J. Shoot it.
But yeah, that was a nice. We got derailed for a little minute on that because that's crazy. That's wow. That's absolutely crazy. Real quick,
we still on the NBA segment, right? Since we on the NBA segment, right? I mean, like I said, I'm talking about the I'm not Cowboys, but the Mavericks. Like DK wanted us to tank. He wanted us to tank. We weren't gonna get that first spot. We got too many games under our belt that we won to even sniff talking about getting up in the top 14 or something like that. But like I said, we have a chance to go. I mean, we have the chance to go to the playoffs. We're gonna play in the playing game. We didn't picture in our damn cards that we're gonna play in the playing game. We thought we were gonna have the top, one of them 6 spots where somebody's waiting on for somebody to play from the playing game, right? But we got AD coming back, he doing light work, limited minutes. And then I know last night we got Daniel Gafford back. So that is 2 of our bigs that came back. Derek Lively probably won't come back this season. Dwight Powell is still, from what I heard, he's still hurt. But just to have at least 2 of our big men out there on the floor, you know what I'm saying, that haven't played in over a month is a good sign.
So before I go, I gotta ask. This is a serious question. Do you really think the Mavericks have a chance to make the playoffs this year?
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a play-in for sure if they even get.
Yeah, it's a play-in game. That's why DK was like, y'all don't need to make the play-in game. You said what you said that last month, right?
Yeah.
You said the moment y'all traded Luka, I figured the season was over with.
Nah,
even bringing in AD, I didn't think it was enough. And then Kyrie goes down, and then AD misses time, which is something that's been a constant throughout his career. I just don't see it. Not with the role players that Dallas has in place. Maybe if y'all can do something in the offseason, draft, free agency, whatever, but you got to build that roster up. You can't be so top heavy.
Yeah.
To where the drop off from the top 4 players and then everybody else wouldn't even be thought of starting on other teams. Like that's
Well, we got Dinwiddie starting as a point guard right now. So
and his second trip to Dallas.
Yeah, it's on the second trip to Dallas. We got, of course we got Clay. He don't come out the bench, he starts.
I mean, yeah. Which is not what y'all wanted him to do.
Right, original. Yeah.
Originally we wanted him to come out the bench, but we need him to got to get buckets.
And I would say watching him lately, he's getting some of that lateral quickness back to where he's actually, defending like he used to. Because a lot of people don't, they only see Clay shooting threes. He was one of the best. He was one of the best perimeter defenders on the Warriors, which is why they were so good. You know, especially when they had him, Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, like that was your guards were gonna have a bad day. The only thing you could try to do is try to get mismatches with Steph Curry. That was the only, and that's why they struggled with with Oklahoma City, is because they could not guard Russell Westbrook.
But
It
then
didn't
Steph
matter.
went and got in the weight room.
I mean, he had to, but he was still getting his ankles crossed the fuck up. Chris Paul got him. Russell got him.
But that's
Jamal
CP3.
Murray didn't. Oh, Jamal Murray chopped them up.
That's sick ankles. Steph Curry right there.
But they was fucking Curry's ankles up. But he'll come right back with a 3 though. So I always have respect for him because he a dog in his own mind, in his own right. He gonna come back and fire 3 from half court, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
But now I'm looking for us to be able to play a game. I'm looking, to be competitive in the playing game, not to lay down or nothing like that. And then, whatever happens after that, we go into the off season and we'll go ahead and try to cuss out Nico. What the fuck you doing? Was you on drugs? Did somebody put a pistol to your head? Are you on fentanyl? Did you smoke did you smoke a piece of crack today on that day?
Do you have a gambling debt? Because clearly your bookie was about to shoot your ankles off.
That's what I'm saying.
I just
come on.
Want to know.
You would have been better off getting your gambling debt paid like Marvin Sapp. Then pass the collection plate around the arena.
We need to have this same smoke and vitriol for whoever approves drafting Zion Williams.
Oh, snap.
And trading for CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum done fooled the whole NBA and every fan since he came in the league.
Yeah.
He done fooled y'all.
I mean, I know
he's not a Batman. He's a Robin.
The problem is
in a Batman role a lot of the time because Batman ain't there.
Nah, fuck that. He ain't Batman. He ain't Robin. He is the Riddler. What is he?
Wait a minute.
What is he?
He is the president of the National Basketball Players Association.
He's played.
Bro, what is he?
Zion.
Well, he has played. Yeah, that is true. He has played more games than Zion.
He has. He does stay on the court, but I've never been able to really figure out his game. Are you a 2?
So that makes
are you a point guard? Are you
no,
gonna? Are you?
He's a tweener, but he's.
I don't even like that word.
But even when he was in college at Lehigh, he really played. He has point guard skills, but he shoots like he's a 2 guard. So that's when he got to Portland, it was easy for them to put him and Dame on the same squad.
Because we don't know what Dame is
gonna have the ball.
either.
Yeah, because Dame is going to have the ball in his hand, and CJ can come out screens, picks, everything.
See, Dame has always been an elite ball handler until it comes time to pass the ball. And then you got another guard. Then you had another guard. Then you got another guard that don't know if he want to pass it. Then I don't know what, man. Like 2 combo guards never worked. It's never worked anywhere. It didn't work with Bradley Beal and John Wall. It does not work. But Zion Williamson, to his credit, he had the best. Like in the generation of social media, he took over social media.
Yeah, the best highlight tape.
And you got to think about the time frame that we in now. The whole social media thing with him, everybody been watching him since he was a baby in high school. And then he's still dunking on people. Then he's still performing at a very high level at Duke. So naturally, you was already thinking he's going to be the number 1 pick. The only thing is, can we use him like Cleveland did LeBron? Is he going to be that? Because he can handle the ball. He can shoot better than LeBron did when he was in high school. When you look at LeBron's high school tape versus Zion's high school and college tape, Zion looked better. I'm sorry. That's just what I saw. You may not agree or agree to disagree. Zion looked better going into the NBA, but we always knew his weight was going to be the downfall because you cannot perform like that 82 games. You cannot do it. You can play 30 in college, but you cannot do 82 games in
But
the
he didn't
NBA at
even play
280.
30 in college.
I know
He
he
played
still,
30 in college.
but that's my point. He didn't even last then.
When
I think he played like 20. I think he played like 26 games in college, plus the
26
tournament,
games,
plus the tournament,
plus the tournament.
So I was raising red flags, and everybody always bring up when he blew out his shoe at Florida State. That wasn't the issue. The issue when he was at Florida State is we always assumed that he could get to the rim with ease. When he had defenders of his size that had lateral movement, he had problems.
Yeah.
And Mike Krzyzewski alluded to his weight in that next year he would probably be more in shape and be able to get by defenders, but there was no next year.
That never and then it didn't translate to the NBA either.
Then was he? So here's the question that we got to ask too: is New Orleans a bad spot for him?
Yes.
It is officially too fucking late.
So that's subjective because you can go to any organization and they not build around you in the proper way and that not be the right fit. So I feel like that's subjective. And then by them getting rid of AD, that was also bad. What they should have done was just bring in somebody to play the one. They should have brought in somebody to play the one.
No, but wasn't AD ready to get out of New Orleans then too?
I know he was.
He was ready to get out of New Orleans.
He was ready to get out of New Orleans, and in the same time frame, they get rid of AD, but then you bring in Brandon Ingram and a couple of other guys from LA in that trade, and then you get Zion. It's supposed to be better than what it is, but maybe it's a mismanagement of talent.
But then too, they also had coaching. They also had two coaching changes. Monty Williams should
still be there.
Huh?
He should still be there.
Monty Williams, yes, should have never got fired because he knew how to talk to those. He knew how to talk to those players, young players. You got a BI and you got Zion on the same squad, and then you get CJ. What I mean that could be that could be a big three right there. That was supposed to be your big three. But Ingram, BI left. Zion still hurt. And like you said, CJ don't know what he want to be. Either you PG or you a shooter. And then with New Orleans, the way that they set up, because they got Jose Alvarado as the point guard. To me, as a starting point guard, and to me, he's not a starting point guard. He needs to come out the bench.
Swin Cash is the president of team development and basketball operations.
That tells you a lot.
What? My question is, because we know that she knows ball, is how are they allowing her to operate in this capacity and really build and develop a team?
That comes upon the ownership, which is the Bensons.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Swing Cash it's her job to develop and put this team together. They also had Swing Cash and they had Teresa Weatherspoon with that at the same time. My only question is, are they allowing them to actually do their job?
You know the answer to that question.
No.
An astounding no.
And there you
y'all missed what I was saying. I was saying Zion should have just played football. He'd have been a Hall of Fame tight end.
Yeah. He should have.
Well, what do you state on the field there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps you build your body a little different when you play football.
Or as Antonio Gates.
Or I think if he would have been in Sacramento with De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, that would have been a roster that we could potentially see win finally in Sacramento. But that
would have been a nasty roster with Malik Monk too.
Yep, and Malik Monk at the 2. And let Zion actually play the 3 instead of, forcing him to play the 4. Like, I get it. You want him to play the 4, but he's 6'6".
I'm saying
this ain't 94.
I'm saying this out of love. Hell will freeze over 3 times before Sacramento ever wins.
Man,
what?
And that's me saying out of love.
Hey, the disrespect.
Tell them how you really feel.
I'm just listen. The Clippers,
you might not be able to go to.
They've been cursed since C-Webb and Pager and Bibby. That was the team that was supposed to do it with Lottie down low.
No,
that was the team that was supposed to do it.
Them and the Magic was cursed because the Magic was never supposed to trade C-Webb. I said it. I don't care who don't like it. Penny is cute. Penny is cool. But to have C-Webb, Shaq coming off pick and rolls.
No, because C-Webb and Shaq are damn near the same type of players.
Nah, C-Webb is that mid-range.
Yes,
I would compare C-Webb to Karl Malone before I compare him to Shaq.
It was said the way that they played because they both had a young Orlando Shaq and a young C-Webb coming out of Michigan they played damn near the similar same game. Get down low in the post, drop step.
You telling me that front court wouldn't have been unstoppable?
You needed a point guard. Skiles couldn't do it.
They still had Penny.
Scott Skiles had a
he said no. You gotta understand. No. TP. You gotta understand. Troy is saying C-Webb should never got traded from Orlando in the trade during the draft night. So basically, what he's saying is Penny should have never been in Orlando. Penny should have been in Golden State.
I'm gonna say this. Thank God, we didn't.
But the Magic did the right thing in bringing in Penny because that's what ended up getting them to the Western Conference Final. They just happened to blow a 3-1 lead, to my Rockets. That's history, and it ain't Penny fault. It ain't Shaq's fault, and it ain't C-Well's fault.
It's Nick Anderson's fault.
It's Nick Anderson's fault.
And that was in game 1, y'all. Y'all got to remember, that was game 1 of the finals where Nick Anderson blew 4 free throws like that
in a row.
But now, Penny being in Orlando was a must. It was a must-see TV type deal because guess what? If Penny would not have landed in Orlando, Shaq was about to lead that bitch.
And he still left.
He
still left, but what I'm saying is at the time he was talking about he was leaving that bitch, y'all don't get Penny.
He left Orlando and gained 20 pounds and became the most dominant force the NBA has ever seen.
I don't think he gained 20 pounds. That man gained about 50 pounds.
Yeah, probably was closer to 50. I think he was about 280. He was about 280 when he left the Magic.
Orlando Shaq was good 285, was good 280, 290. And damn near was that fast and running the floor like a deer.
And then went to LA and was 330, still moving like that.
Yeah, but come on now, you can't tell. Penny had the best move that I don't think nobody can actually do, where he posted somebody from the 3-point line, pivot back, and then pivot into a damn jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
On the same pivot foot.
T-Mac did it.
No.
Yeah, he did. T-Mac would do it, and then he'll spin into a face-up and then just shoot it. But he would get so much separation off of the pitch.
If you think we lying, go back and watch that game. I think it was against the Rockets where he scored like 15 points in 12 seconds and won the game.
Don't remind me of that game right there.
That's the same move.
That's the move. He did it.
Yeah, that's the move.
That's the same move. And all they did was either foul him or give up the bucket every single time.
Look, I watched every Rockets game when we had T-Mac. I'm telling you, that was Penny.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming to the Madness Basketball Podcast real quick. This weekend, real big, the SWAC is a softball and baseball conference. In both men and women's softball, I think we rank in the top 3 in both polls. So, also, I am biased when it comes to softball. I am biased when it comes to baseball and softball. So my unbiased opinion is never unbiased. Big weekends in the SWAC this weekend in baseball and softball. So please, the SWAC, do the right thing. Yep. Put it on the digital network. Do the right thing. But that being said, it is Final Four week. And I should be over the moon, but it's April Fool's Day. 9 years ago, on this night, I got a phone call, and Ash's mom said she was going into labor. And I was like, cool, it's going to be an amazing night. Ash didn't come tonight. Ash came the next day. The next day was also my middle son's prom day. So while Melissa is in labor with Ash, my middle son, at the time my youngest son, blew a tire out on my car going to prom. So while Ash's mom was in labor, I'm on the phone with him saying, you need to figure this out. Call AAA. We'll talk about it later. And one of the best April Fools of my life was being in a hospital waiting on my son to arrive. That same son is the one who, anytime that we talk football, he don't want to talk Florida State. He want to talk FAMU. Anytime I talk about college anything, he is either A, assumes I'm talking about FAMU, or B, inserts an insult about Bethune-Cookman that he learned from Marlo.
Hey, we raised them right over here. There we go.
So, to you, young man, when you see this, happy birthday. Go-karting is on me. We're going to have a blast tomorrow. You ain't got to go to school. Happy birthday. Oh, man. Yeah, he get me in trouble with his grandma all the time because she's from Bethune-Cookman. If that lady could hang me, she would. TP, what you got for us this week?
I ain't got much, man. You know, Final Four, Duke, Auburn, Houston. We got the other one. Don't matter. Auburn and Houston in the final. I think it's going to be a good game. I think both of these Final Four games are going to be must-see TV, and I would recommend that you tune in. You know, other than that, I will see y'all on Thursday. You know, we got the NFL draft this month. Let's start looking at mock drafts. You know, we get into the witching hour. Is your team gonna get better or worse come May 1st? And I'm hoping my Texans do the right thing. We got to help out CJ Stroud. We got to make sure that we are able to stop people. So the defensive line needs a little bump in the middle. I can't wait to see what we do so I can talk shit. Because either way, I'm talking shit. You're gonna have to hear me. You're gonna see my face, and we gonna just go from there. But thank y'all for watching the Madness podcast, and I will see y'all on Thursday.
DK, sir, what do you have for us this week?
Yeah, so I'll keep it quick as well. Again, with the Final Four, I just thought the entire tournament was fantastic from start to finish. A lot of close finishes. I think we maybe had like outside of the first round, maybe like one or two other blowouts. I know one of them was the Duke game that we just had. Um, but even still, a lot of good stories on both the men and the women's side. Honestly, again, it sucked that Juju went down, but there we've come to see that there's a lot of good talent out there. I really hate that narrative that like college basketball is like watered down or there isn't as much talent. Well, now that that whole G League thing isn't an option, or at least on the men's side, that's not an option anymore. Most of the talent is there or will be there. So I don't know. It's just nice to see. I got Duke winning it all. I got Duke in Florida in the championship game. Hopefully Duke wins it all. But again, I'm just enjoying the tournament. That's going to be my time for this week. I'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Duke. Doc, what you got for us this week?
Gonna talk a little bit more about that HBCU athletic conference, adding the two teams, Paul Quinn and Houston Tillotson. Gonna try to see if we get some more people, get some more coaches on here for spring football season, and other than that, for the love of God, I hope Florida loses and fuck Auburn. And Duke. So I'm gonna go with University of Houston. Go Cougs. They gonna put it down for the state of Texas. Throw that H-Town up for you, TP. Yeah. Other than that, still crash out on your kids. We need that in the world right now. Cory Booker did a 24-hour filibuster just now. And I felt like he was about to crash out on the whole Senate.
Hey, somebody need to crash out on all their ass.
So still, in the meantime, crash out on your kids. Then keep them out of the penitentiary. Doc said that.
Jamal.
That quote.
I'm starting to feel like you pick me last every week because you feel like I'm gonna crash out every week. I don't have anything to crash out on. I originally, and I said it in the group chat, I originally was gonna rant on pay disparities in between WNBA and the NBA, but we touched on that, and that subject is thick, and it typically never goes well. It either goes extremely well because you're in the echo chamber with like minds that can understand nuance, or you're in a change, or you're the smartest person in the room, and that should never be the case. So I'm simply not gonna worry about it. Maybe I'll crash out on it next week. Final Four for the women's side, I got SC versus UConn, and I got SC getting their get back on UConn for that earlier loss in the season. Men's side, fuck Duke. We gonna go Houston, Florida for everything, and I got Florida, and I'm gonna go with Florida winning. That's what I am. Last thing I want to say is the SWAC. We are global. I would work today to have a Go team on site because we having some issues that we trying to work out, and I had my laptop up, and this dude looked at my laptop screen because it's a area view of Brad Memorial Stadium, packed out Brad Memorial Stadium, right? He said, "Ew, I'm from the best band in the land." And I looked over my shoulder. I said, "Man, if you from Jackson State, going on away from here, I ain't got time to deal with you." He goes, "Hey, no, I'm from Grambling." Hey, I said what I said. And he said, "Nah, man, I went to Grambling." And I said, "Oh, Grambling, we cool." And at the same time, my other coworker walked up and he went to Alabama State. So even right here in the Panhandle, in Tallahassee, it's full of SWAC. There's some Jackson State folks that work there. I'm there, got a couple of Alabama State people, and we got this man on a go team from a site in Tampa, but he went to Grambling. So we everywhere, and we can all help each other get that leg up. I think he's trying to recruit me to go to Tampa. I don't need to live in Tampa. I was just dying there last weekend. I get in trouble, so I need to stay out of Tampa. That's all I got this week. As always, punch a Nazi and crash out when people got you messed up. I'm Lord Jamal.
So just to give you some context, last week was Universal Soul Circus, a Major League Baseball game, Pride, a hockey match, and a concert, all at the same time.
All at the same time.
All at the same time.
Bro, so, we was in E-Boy City at the little train stop where they try to take you around. Yeah. There's chickens walking down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about the 15th generation of chicken, something like that. 15th, 20th generation of chicken.
They just walking down the road. People walk by. I'm like, it ain't nothing.
I'm gonna say this real quick. White people, if you see the rooster in the street, don't run up on the rooster. They really run up on your ass.
They bought that life for real.
Really bought that life. I seen two people.
Like I looked at them from afar. I was like, they got it. They got it.
Hey, Jamal, you be like, say, cuz. They be looking like, cut. What you doing, cut?
I'm
run up on your ass.
I'm from the country. I know better.
Well, for everybody, thank you everybody for showing up for the Madness Basketball Podcast. Check us out on Thursday. Doc, you got a show tomorrow, right?
Unfortunately, no, because I got to be at work 4 to midnight tomorrow.
Oh man!
Okay,
tomorrow's my Friday, so it's cool. So I'll be out Thursday. That's why I come back on here Thursday. I have a show Friday night.
Okay, all right. So Thursday night,
gotcha.
And then
I'll
Friday
probably
night.
be on your show Friday night, bro.
Yeah, because we could have talked about the damn NCAT, why they mad, why they so mad because they get put in everybody, they be ready to crash out full-heartedly.
It's people that put them in the conversation.
That's because they hate it over there. As much as they try to make it seem like it, they hate it over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for everybody coming out, thank you. We are out.